All right, let's get to it, baby. In this corner, the coming-of-age romance that defined a generation, Dirty Dancing. And in the other corner, the throat-ripping, cooler-slinging action flick Roadhouse. Why both are 80s classics starring the legendary Patrick Swayze. Only one can truly reign supreme. Here's how we're going to break it down. Round one, we're going to give you a personal opinion and some nostalgia. We'll share our own personal experiences with the films and discuss why we love them. Round two, we'll talk awards and critical acclaim. We'll dive into the critical reception of both films, including awards nominations and reviews. Round three, the Wildcard round. We'll uncover some fun facts and trivia about the movies that might sway your opinion. And then round four, as always, the AI verdict. We'll consult with our AI overlord Gemini to get its expert opinion. So strap in, because it's going to be a hell of a tango. While both are 80s classics starring the legendary Patrick Swayze, only one can take the title. Enjoy the show, Daddy. Oh, baby, that was some nuts on the chin of that one. Bern, we got a slobber knocker today. This one was your suggestion. Two Swayze greats, Roadhouse and Dirty Dancing. Super excited for this. Really looking forward to it. Bern, your thoughts?
Listen, we dabbled in some 70s. We got hard into some 90s, but we hadn't dipped our toes into the 80s. And I think it'd be unfair to dip our toes in the 80s and not recognize the latest, the greatest, Patrick Swayze, the Swayze. We got Roadhouse. We got Dirty Dancing. It's time to get Swayze.
Well, Bern, before we get into it, it's time for the tale of the tape. The tale of the tape for tonight's event. Okay, Dirty Dancing versus Roadhouse. First, we're going to do the release date. Dirty Dancing's release date, August 21st, 1987. Roadhouse release date, May 19th, 1989. Then we're going to do runtime. Dirty Dancing runtime, 1 hour and 40 minutes, while Roadhouse's runtime, 1 hour and 54 minutes. So pretty close.
Pretty close.
Film budgets. Bern. Film budgets. Wow. The Dirty Dancing film budget, $6 million.
Oof, shoestring.
Yeah. Roadhouse film budget, $15 million. So think about it. When we did Face Off and Con Air, I think Con Air was 75 and Face Off was 80 million. So,
Yep.
I mean, these two films far superior to that, way less budget. And then opening weekend box office. We're looking at Dirty Dancing, 3.9 million opening weekend, and then Roadhouse, 6.1 million opening weekend. Then we're looking at worldwide box office gross. Dirty Dancing, 214.6 million.
Wow.
Worldwide box office gross. We're talking $6 million film budget, filmed in upstate New York.
Wow.
Apparently, it was a total fuck fest the whole time they were filming, and they made $100 and or over $200 million.
$200 million bucks.
$200 million, over $200 million in profit in the worldwide box office gross, and that's just in worldwide box office gross. Worldwide box office gross for Roadhouse, 30.1 million. So they doubled their film budget, which is good on them. And then DVD sales, we got $170 million in DVD and VHS sales for Dirty Dancing, and then $50 million for Roadhouse. And then the studios. So for Dirty Dancing, the studio was Vestron Pictures, and then Roadhouse was United Artists. Dirty Dancing was a critical and commercial darling, while Roadhouse received mostly negative reviews upon release, but later gained the cult classic status. I would agree with that, wouldn't you?
100%. And if you've seen both of these movies, it's pretty easy to understand why.
It's fascinating to see the stark contrast between the two films. Dirty Dancing was a low budget indie darling that became a cultural phenomenon, while Roadhouse was a more, typical action flick that found its audience over time. Both films showcase Swayze's charisma and star power, but they appeal to very different audiences. So I'm excited to dig into this. Are we good with the tale of the tape?
I wasn't prepared for how well Dirty Dancing did, though. Like 6,200,000, whatever. That's I got my work cut out for me.
All right. Well, Bern, that was the tale of the tape. Let's keep it moving. We're going to move on to round one. Round one, we'll be talking nostalgia and personal opinion. So let's go to round one. Fight! Like I said, round one, nostalgia, personal opinion, Bern. We'll each have 3 minutes to give our nostalgia and personal opinion of this round, and then it'll be the other person's turn. Let me know when you are ready.
I'm ready to go.
Clock is starting now.
All right. Growing up, little kid, my old man used to rent us movies from Price Chopper. It was a grocery store that had a movie rental section. This was before Blockbuster became a huge thing. I'm a kid, right? So like he brings home movies, I watch them, right? Sword in the Stone, Flight of the Navigator.
Yeah.
Movies are for me. Comes home one Friday night and says, "Here's your movie." And I say, "Which one is that?" And he says, "You're not allowed to watch that one." So as a 7-year-old, what do? I wake up at 5 a.m. I go downstairs. I put it in the VCR. It's Dirty Dancing. I get about halfway through Dirty Dancing when my father comes downstairs and says, "What are you doing? I told you you're not allowed to watch that movie." And I was, I mean, I don't know what my 7-year-old language was, but in my head, I was like, said, "Fuck you, old man. You bring home movies. I watch them. That's the deal. That's how it goes." Got in trouble, got grounded for the first time ever for watching the first hour of Dirty Dancing. I did not understand what was happening. I was 7 years old. I didn't know what an abortion was. I had no idea what was going on, but I watched it in protest. How dare you bring a movie home that I can't watch? It was many, many years later before I saw Roadhouse. But watching Roadhouse in high school, now we're in the Blockbuster days. It's Friday night. You're getting ready to go home. You're like, all right, let's stop it. Let's stop at Blockbuster. We'll grab something. We'll pick something up. Everybody gets a movie. You go home. It's on you to return it the next day. Now I'm 12, 13, 14. I might have rented Roadhouse 17 weekends in a row. This movie changed my life. It changed my life for a lot of reasons. Number one being the idea of the samurai warrior poet that was Dalton. Is it his first name? Is it his last name? We don't know. It doesn't matter. They don't tell you. But I have very strong connections nostalgically to both of these films. Dirty Dancing got me grounded when I was like, what's a Gagortian? And Roadhouse made me strong when I was 14. I'm done. That's all I got.
Excellent. Well, that was a great round one for Bern. Can I ask you this, Bern? When your dad did come down and see you watching Dirty Dancing, he was like, okay, my son is gay. And then did he reinforce the renting of Roadhouse later to be like, okay, you're not gay anymore. Good job, son.
No, he was like literally in like tidy whities and a t-shirt who came down in the morning and was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I've rented 60 movies for you. This is the first one that I told you weren't allowed to watch. And I was like, if you didn't tell me that, I wouldn't have wanted to watch it. Yeah. But since you did, I had to.
Thank you.
Your turn.
My turn now.
You
turn.
Got him right.
All right. I'm going to start the clock. Here we go. All right. And I'm on the clock for my turn for round number one. So let's talk. Dirty Dancing is more than just a movie. It's a cultural touchstone. It's a film about first love, self-discovery, and defying expectations. The romance between Baby and Johnny is timeless. The dancing is electrifying, and the soundtrack is pure gold. Pure gold. Roadhouse, while entertaining, is ultimately a pretty silly action movie. There, I said it. The plot is ridiculous, but we love ridiculous. The violence is over the top, but it's also great. Love the violence.
Very aggressive.
Yeah. And the dialogue is often unintentionally hilarious. Maybe one of the best one-liners in the history of cinema. Dirty Dancing has genuine emotional core that resonates with viewers long after the credits roll. It's a film that celebrates love, hope, and power of believing in yourself. Couple of things. One, the abortion, right? Hot topic, especially for then. But the fact
right off
that
the jump, too. Right off the jump.
The fact that Johnny doesn't sell out the shithead doctor kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
That, I mean, like, talk about building love for a character. You're like, this guy he doesn't like this guy. He thinks this guy's a fucking stunad, and he had every right to sell him out, and he doesn't. You want to know why? Because Johnny's got character.
Integrity.
Johnny's got character. Then I love that he knocked his fucking teeth out later in the movie.
Yep.
Also great. Also great. Also love that he took Jennifer Grey's virginity.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, maybe not. And then Jennifer Grey's sister.
The worst.
The
The
dad,
worst.
though, also, I forget his name, but he had a great career on Law and Order.
Jerry Orbach from Scranton.
Jerry Orbach. Yeah. He's from Scranton?
Damn right he is.
Oh, shout out, fan of the show, listener of the show. Scranton, PA. So I would like to say that for me, also, one of the best things about Dirty Dancing, right? And you've seen me do it, right? You've seen me. So, Bern, you know me. Dark hair, big shoulders. That's your boy, right? You know what these big shoulders are good at doing? Something that has been known as the move.
Picking up broads.
They'll run to me. I'll pick them up. I'll Swayze them, and I'll put them down. I'll tell you this. I will tell you this. Any other person in this movie besides Swayze, we don't even know it exists. Listen here. Dirty Dancing is Swayze, and Swayze is Dirty Dancing. That's my time.
I don't know anyone with that kind of like aggression, grace, cheekbones.
Can we say chutzpah?
And chutzpah. So, well, I think your opinion is wrong. I know you hold it near and dear to your heart. So I will give you credit for that. It's in your guts. It's in your goddamn guts, Matt.
All right, Bern, we're going to head on to round 2, which is awards and critical acclaim. Round 2, fight! Like I said, round 2, awards and critical acclaim. We got a good one here. So, Dirty Dancing won an Academy Award for Best Original Song, which is I Had the Time of My Life.
I mean, that's a
never felt the way before. And then also a Golden Globe nominations for Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy, Best Actor, and Best Actress. It was a massive box office hit, earning over $214 million worldwide, which you already know. Roadhouse, in contrast, was nominated for 5 Golden Raspberry Awards, including Worst Picture and Worst Actor. It has since gained a cult following, but it wasn't exactly a critical darling upon its release. Dirty Dancing is a film that has stood the test of time, while Roadhouse is mostly remembered for its campy charm. So, okay, listen. So 1987 is when Dirty Dancing was released. So here are the Academy Award nominees and winner for Best Picture in that Oscar season. So it's the 60th Oscars, and the nominated or the movies that were nominated for Best Picture that year were Moonstruck, Hope and Glory, Fatal Attraction, and then Broadcast News. And then the winner for Best Picture was The Last Emperor, which I have seen none of those movies. I'll tell you this, Bern. So here are some of the best movies of 1987, and none of these were nominated. So, Empire of the Sun, great movie.
wow.
Yeah. Then another one, Full Metal Jacket, also not nominated.
Okay.
Then Wall Street, also not nominated.
What?
Then The Untouchables, Good Morning Vietnam, Predator, Fatal Attraction, RoboCop, Lethal Weapon, Raising Arizona, The Lost Boys.
What?
Obviously, Dirty Dancing, Hope and Glory, Dragnet, No Way Out, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Summer School, which was sleepy, great movie. Bern, this is the biggest snub of 1987. Are you ready? You ready for the biggest snub of 87, you son of a bitch?
I can't even imagine after those that didn't get nominated. What's the biggest snub?
That would be Adventures in Babysitting.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Matt Bern, wrap your fucking mind around this. The Chameleon himself, Vincent the Donofrio. In 1987, he played Thor in Adventures in Babysitting and Gomer Pyle in Full Metal fucking Jacket in the same fucking year. That's a fucking actor. A couple other 1987s that weren't nominated. Princess Bride. You fucking heard of it?
What?
And then also Spaceballs. Sorry,
Wow.
Oscar. You didn't fucking go to the movies that year, you fucking twat.
Why do we even go to the movies? Why even go to the movies?
Yeah.
So let's keep it moving. Tough year for Dirty Dancing. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, but then in contrast, let's go to 1989. All right. 62nd Academy Awards. And the Best Picture nominees are, this is a tough year. Nominees are My Left Foot.
Movie. Daniel Day-Lewis's first Oscar.
Danny D. So My Left Foot, Field of Dreams, Dead Poets Society.
Okay.
Born on the 4th of July, and the winner, Driving Miss Daisy. So
Jesus Christ. Can I get that one more time, Matty? Those 5 real quick. I don't want to belabor it. Let me get them real quick.
Here we go. We got My Left Foot.
That's his
we got
foot.
Field of Dreams.
He's insane.
Dead Poet Society.
Also insane.
Clinically depressed as well.
Born
on the 4th of July.
Crippled and insane.
Driving Miss Daisy.
Black. Wow. Tough year.
Tough year, babe.
Tough
year for Roadhouse. Tough year for the Roadhouse.
It's a tough year for Roadhouse.
I can't believe Roadhouse didn't crack that top 5.
Wow.
What are we doing here?
Wow. That's actually a hilarious year of Oscars.
Yeah. Okay, but then here are the best films of 1989 as listed.
Okay.
So top rated films, we'll say, of 1989.
Sure.
We got Henry V, Drugstore Cowboy with your boy Matt Dillon, director Gus Van Sant. Not a bad one, but if I could John Travolta Pulp Fiction Matt Dillon, I would fucking do it like that.
The Working Perspective podcast #1 resurgence.
If fucking Dally.
If all we do,
Dally.
Listen, if me and Matty launch into the sun in a year and a half and are never seen from again, but we get a resurgence in Matt Dillon's career, we'll consider it a victory. That's our number 1 guy.
He's Dallas Winston. Put some fucking respect on his name.
Fucking Dally.
Then we got Say Anything. We got Sex Lies and Videotape, The Fabulous Baker Boys, Glory. Oh,
Glory's
awesome. A great movie.
Glory's real good.
Great movie. I'll tell you, I remember watching that, and when Denzel does the one tear while he's getting whipped.
My shout out is to the late great Andre Braugher. Played Pendleton on
oh my God, was he so good?
And then played the captain on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But Andre Braugher, me and my old man were big fans of Homicide, and Andre Braugher, special place in my heart.
Then we got Little Mermaid came out that year. Huge, massive hit.
It's a big one.
Do the Right Thing came out that year.
Spike Lee coming out party.
Rain Man came out in 88, but it's classified for 89 for some reason.
All right.
I don't know.
Well,
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. When Harry Met Sally.
Favorite movie ever.
Okay. Then we got I said Field of Dreams, Dead Poets Society, Lethal Weapon 2, Major League, The War of the Roses, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, License to Kill. 2 snubs right here. You ready for a snub? Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Brilliant.
Incredible movie. And Batman. Tim Burton, Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson, Kim Basinger. Batman. Fucking snub. Snub. So that was awards and critical acclaim. That was round 2. I feel like that was a 10-8 round for you boys Dirty Dancing. So, but let's keep it moving on. We're going to head on to round 3, the wild card round. Round 3. Fight. All right. So like I said, this is the wild card round. We're going to throw some stuff out here. I got some fun stuff I want to try. And then I got some other things we're going to do. But here we go. So, all right, Bern, I'm going to hit you with a couple of fun facts about Roadhouse. 1, movie trailers frequently feature parts that are subsequently cut before a film is released, but Roadhouse has the unofficial record for the most occurrences of deleted scenes. The original trailer had at least 5 different clips that don't appear in the finished version.
I mean, I love that. I think that's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah. Here we go. Another sad, well, this is a sad thing. In a sad coincidence, both Swayze and Ben Gazzara, who played Dalton's nemesis Brad Weasley, both died of pancreatic cancer. Swayze in 2009 and Garza in 2012. That's tough. That's tough.
Cool fact. Fun fact.
Kelly Lynch also reportedly spent a month hanging around a real emergency room to prepare for her role. She learned the proper way to sew a medical stitch, but then the script was changed so that never got to showcase her new skill. Yeah. Couple other things, Bern. I want to do a couple fun facts about Dirty Dancing. So first, Patrick Swayze had to convince Jennifer Grey to accept the role. So those two didn't get along while filming Red Dawn. So she almost passed on the role of Baby until Swayze convinced her she would be making a huge mistake.
He was right.
Yeah. But still, the two stars still didn't get along perfectly this time either. In fact, the scene where Johnny looks annoyed when Baby rehearsing their choreography dance wasn't staged. He was really frustrated. She kept laughing. Then they kept it in the final edit.
Swayze was a pro. He was like,
he's a fucking pro. What do you expect? It's Swayze. And then the story was inspired by screenwriter Eleanor Bernstein's life. She also grew up in Brooklyn with a doctor father, visited the Catskills during the 1960s, and was called Baby.
And fucked a 35-year-old when she was 17.
And then also Sarah Jessica Parker. You know her, you love her. She got a Hoagie nose. Old Hoagie nose herself, Sarah Jessica Parker, auditioned for the role of Baby. So did Sharon Stone, and apparently Bill Zane auditioned for Johnny, while Val Kilmer was offered the role. Ultimately, he passed and Swayze accepted. We're sure Kilmer still regrets that decision. Do you know why they call him a Hoagie nose?
Why do they call him a Hoagie nose?
It's not a mediocre thing. They call her Hoagie nose because she can eat a hoagie in the shower without getting wet. Not mediocre.
First of all, Val Kilmer and Sharon Stone is way too sexy for that movie. And Billy Zane and Sarah Jessica Parker is the least sexy version that could possibly be done.
So then also another fun fact about Dirty Dancing, the film almost went straight to VHS. The first test audiences hated the movie. That led the producers to consider skipping theaters and opting to a direct-to-video release.
So the movie was $6 million, and it ended up making like $216 million.
And it almost
that would have been a real fuck up right there, guys.
Yeah, big time. And then the lift, at the very end of the movie wasn't rehearsed. Jennifer Grey was too scared and refused to practice beforehand. Lucky for her. They nailed it in one take, and she hasn't done the move since.
Okay, that's stupid, and it almost makes me want to quit my argument. Sounds like Jennifer Grey was kind of a C on this whole movie, right?
Seems like a big C. Big C.
Yeah.
Another fun fact. Conan O'Brien was the reason the movie was re-released in 1997. He asked viewers of his talk show to send letters to the production company demanding it be re-released. However, after the studio ultimately agreed, he admitted he didn't even like the movie very much. Fucking Conan!
So it got back in theaters in the late 90s as a stunt from Conan?
Yeah. And then, okay. There's another fun fact about Dirty Dancing. Swayze tried to cut out the most famous line from the movie. So nobody puts Baby in the corner. He said he initially hated it, but once he watched the completed movie, he admitted it worked. And then last fun fact, Swayze was offered $6 million to reprise his role of Johnny, but he turned it down because he didn't like sequels. However, he did end up making a cameo in the 2004 prequel, Dirty Dancing, Havana Nights.
Wow. And just for the record, how many throats got ripped in Dirty Dancing?
I'm checking. Let me look. Baby definitely got throated by Swayze. And
her throat was damaged, but how many throats got ripped straight out?
I bet she's in real life, she's probably a huge C and wouldn't even do that. Right.
Did you see how big her nose was in that movie? I was
Oh
surprised if
my
you can even get it in
gosh.
there.
Right. What are you doing? That's Hoagie knows, baby. I mean, I wonder if the cat. I mean, the casting must have been like looking for young Hoagie nose.
Do
You
you think
know?
they just measured it and they were like, she's 4 millimeters smaller? We got to go with Jennifer Grey.
Bern, I do want to do something fun in Wildcard round. Okay, so let's start with Roadhouse. I would like to recast Roadhouse with current, and then it could be black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian, whatever actors and actresses. So
Okay.
we know they just did Roadhouse, Gyllenhaal, Conor McGregor, or that whole thing.
Throw it out. Yeah, throw it out.
Right, throw it out. We're gonna recast it our way. So, Bern, how would you recast Roadhouse? Who would you put as Dalton, the lead, right now, 2024?
Oh, John Barenthal.
Oh, dude.
Barenthal's going to be my Dalton.
Oh, dude, that's honestly perfect because he brings in the Punisher edge. You know what I mean? Like,
but also he's not an asshole. He's trying to reason with you. He's trying to let you know, hey man, it doesn't have to be like this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
dude,
if you wanted to,
John Bernthal. I love him.
I think Barenthal's my guy for Swayze.
Roadhouse.
Matty, who do you take for our main man Garrett? Sam Elliott. I mean, who's the modern
well, if
day...
you're gonna do Bernthal, and I agree with you, Bernthal as Dalton, then I would take Sly as Garrett.
Is he too old? Is he too old?
No.
No. I mean, Garrett was I mean, listen, remember Sam Elliott with that long brown hair?
So we'll say they have to be what, like 10 years older then, maybe?
I would say, yeah. Well, let's say 10 years. Well, I mean, you're probably not far off, right? Barenthal's probably 50 and Sly's probably eternal.
Should say who's gonna replace Sam Elliott. Man, that's tough. It'd be fun if you did like oh no, you know who it is? Who's Two Guns from Lock, Stock, Two Smoke? Vinny Jones. Bernthal and Vinny Jones, right?
Perfect.
Because he's got the British accent. He's got the, crikey Gavna.
He's older, but he's still in shape. He's still sexy.
And he's the fucking bad dude.
You would buy that he was like a mentor to this guy like 20 years ago, but can still throw down. Yeah, okay, yeah. Vinny Jones. That's a great call. Vinny Jones is a great call.
So for the bad guys, I have two ideas for the bad henchman, right? Not the main bad guy, not the guy that owned the town.
That owns the town, right?
Not him. But you know who? I mean, I do have a guy that can play the guy that owns the town too. So the main bad guy, right, which will be John Bernthal's main protagonist, main villain that he fights, who would replace Brad Wesley. Yeah, his name is Cole Hauser.
Cole Hauser's really good. Cole Hauser's
I just put
really
fucking nuts on your fucking chin again right here.
Cole Hauser's really good for that.
Cole Hauser's nuts on your fucking chin with this, Daddy.
Cole Hauser. No one remembers Cole Hauser from Good Will Hunting. He was just the other guy in the background being like, yeah, what's up?
Awesome though.
I know, but every word he said was great. But like, all right,
I've always been looking to see when he would pop up again, and he popped up in a couple things. I think he was in like the breakup or something, but like nothing really. Like I was like, I want real Cole Hauser. Talk about Scott Conn Award winner for he's career resurgence big time with Yellowstone.
Every woman I know over 35 is completely in love with Cole Hauser's Yellowstone character.
I want him to take me to the train station. That's how much I love the guy. But okay. So he's like the main protagonist. And then to fill in the Terry Funk to get another wrestler, I would like to have Braun Strowman, he's this massive, massive, big, strong wrestler guy. And then who do you want for the female lead? So we have Bernthal replacing Swayze as Dalton. Dalton is his last name. His first name is James, so it's James Dalton.
I don't agree with that. I don't care what you've read. His name is Dalton. I don't know if it's his first or last name. I'm just gonna call him Dalton.
Then we got Vinny Jones playing Garrett.
Vinny Jones is good. Vinny Jones is really good.
We have Cole Hauser playing Brad Wesley.
Yep.
Then we have Braun Strowman playing like the Terry Funk's character, the guy that would fuck you in prison and you would like it, you
The
know.
other guy, yeah, the other hardo, and then so we need the guy who runs the town, and we need a lovely lady.
Okay, so who do you have as your guy running the town?
Guy who runs the town is Ian McShane.
Oh, I like that. You know, I have Neil McDonough.
Okay, all right. So we're both kind of in the same. We're both
Yeah.
kind of in the same dojo.
I like Neil McDonough. Neil McDonough because it's in Texas, right? Or like
Yeah.
it's a Midwestern. So he does a great job. Like put a cowboy hat on him, give him a big belt buckle. He plays a great fucking prick, you
See,
know?
I like Ian McShane because if you're the guy who runs the town, you have to have a certain amount of like, fuck you. I've never even considered you a threat, and
Yeah.
I'll just handle this shit tomorrow, and I'll laugh right in your face.
Do you know who would be another? You know who'd be another? I mean, if Frank Grillo could play a good villain too, if we wanted to throw him in there. But okay, or he could also play Dalton too. But either way, but him and
No,
Bernthal,
he's not sexy enough to play Dalton. Sorry, Frank Grillo.
he's not
You're not as
Bernthal,
sexy as Bernthal. Yeah, you got to be
but you're
sexy.
sexy. You're pretty. He's sexy.
So who
Okay,
plays
and
Doc?
then
Who plays Doc? We just need to find. We got to find Doc.
who's the female lead? Who do we got?
If it's Barenthal, then
I kind of like Zoe Saldana. Is that bad?
there's no. It's never bad to like. So actually, Zoe Saldana is kind of a great call because
Yeah.
she's a good Doc. She
Mm.
takes no guff.
Mm-mm.
She's
She's spicy. I mean, because you have to be tough enough to survive the town too.
Yeah, the town itself is a disaster.
Mm.
But you have to have some integrity to stick around because otherwise
Yeah.
you just go somewhere else. I think Saldana is a good call.
Okay. So we've recasted Roadhouse. So we have John Bernthal playing Dalton. We have Vinnie Jones playing Garrett. We have
Yep.
Cole Hauser playing Brad Wesley, who's the main henchman villain. Then we have Braun Strowman playing the Terry Funk role. Then we're gonna have Ian McShane playing the guy who owns the town. And
Yep.
then we're gonna have Zoe Saldana playing Kelly Lynch's character in the doc.
Play
Okay.
Doc.
So then
I'd watch that.
then let's recast real quick. Let's recast Dirty D. All right. So I want
Okay.
to recast Swayze. I want to recast
This is so
Jennifer
much harder.
Grey.
This is so
Yeah.
much harder.
I want to recast Swayze, Jennifer Grey. I want to recast the annoying guy that knocks up Swaze's, whatever.
Ex-girlfriend.
We can recast the sister. We can recast the dad, and then we can recast the blonde that gets knocked up.
All right. The dad is Michael Chiklis. I think Chiklis as the dad. I like Chiklis as the dad, just taking people, taking his
bald head Michael Chiklis.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
Chiklis as the dad.
Who
Chiklis
was
as the
the
dad.
thing in
Correct.
Fabulous? Okay,
Correct. But
Fantastic Four?
now, like in his like late 60s, I think Chiklis is a good like, hey, we're all trying to have fun here. I'm a charismatic guy. Also, hey, here's $100. Fucking get this guy out of here. He's trying to fuck my daughter. Like, I think Chiklis has that kind of like, I can smile at you, but because Orbach was kind of intimidating in that movie, or at least he was supposed to be.
Can I throw someone in for the dad?
Yeah, sure.
Oh God. Will Sasso.
Sasso. All right.
Yeah.
So you're going a little bit bigger, a little bit broader, a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he could be more intimidating too. But
That's
also
true.
like you could see like he could be intimidating and he's more of a protector, intimidator, but then also like you can see him like do the right thing by helping the girl that gets the shitty abortion.
All right. I'll take Sasso. Yeah, Sasso's fine there. I had no problem with Sasso.
Who are we doing? Who's replacing Swazi? You know who I have replacing is Swazi Glenn Powell.
Oh.
Glenn fucking Powell.
If
That's
Glenn,
a good looking motherfucker.
If Glenn Powell can swing his hips, like if he can dance, this is weird. Like because whoever does it has to be able to dance.
You gotta dance.
If Glenn Powell can dance, then I think that's a slam dunk.
Yeah.
My other suggestion was Regé Jean Page, the guy from Bridgerton. which is a show I haven't even watched. He's just a sexy guy who I think would be good in that. He was
Who
good
you
in
know who
something
else?
else too.
Childish Gambino could do it too. My boy Troy Abbott in the morning.
Too short.
Oh, really?
Too short. Yeah. No, Glenn Splits. Okay.
Donald
Donald
what's
Glover.
his
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover's too short?
Donald Glover. Yeah, too short. Beat me in a sketch
Okay.
contest.
All right. Glenn Powell, good.
Glenn Powell.
And then then the female lead, right? So if we're casting Will Sasso or Chickless as the dad, right? Then if the mom is white also, then it has to be a white actress unless we're gonna do a nominate. But do you know who I thought of initially? But she might be too old. I thought of Alexandra Daddario.
She's too old. I know. Right. I love her. I love her to death. Yeah. She's too old. It's the answer is Haley Steinfeld.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Or because... No. It's not Haley Steinfeld. Florence Pugh. It's Florence Pugh. She's short, right? She can move.
No,
it's Flo.
No, you're right.
It's Flo
Pugh.
Right.
It's
Flo Pugh.
Flo Pugh. It's Florence Pugh. You're right.
Flo.
You're right.
Florence Pugh.
You're right.
Dude, I think so far, Sasso as the dad, Glenn Powell as Swayze.
I love how you're leading with Sasso as the dad. Like, that's the biggest part.
Sasso is the dad.
It's Dude, Powell.
Because
I hear you.
Florence Pugh is funny, so her and Sasso can have that relationship.
The poster is not going to be like starring Will Sasso, Glenn Florence Pugh.
You think it would be Chickless?
I mean,
dude, we could go real big and do Bridges. You know,
Lou Ferrigno. No, I think either one of those is fine. I think Sasso might be a little young, but
we could do.
We're getting lost in
Ham. We could do John Hamm.
Oh, John Hamm is really good for the dad
because he can play a doctor. So we're gonna do, and him and Pugh they look like so. John Hamm as the dad, Pugh as Jennifer Grey, Glenn Powell as Swayze.
Right. You don't really want to rebel against Sasso or Chickless. You want to rebel against John Hamm if he's your dad. He's like, listen, we're coming here, we're having some fun. All right, Hamm. So who do we need? We need
the prick doctor guy,
and we need Swayze's.
We need Penny, who plays the blonde.
Yeah.
Man, who's a good prick doctor? I mean, and they have to be a B-level kind of guy.
Yeah, Sydney Sweeney plays Penny, and right. Like super hot box, who's gonna be all like,
Sydney Sweeney. I totally see it. I'm a dumb blonde hot Pachucci,
right? But I know how to dance, and like all of a sudden, Pugh shows up, and like Sydney Sweeney's gonna be really mean to her, and be like, I see you're doing whatever. And the dumb doctor guy, we gotta find someone age appropriate now.
Do you know who I'm thinking?
Is Glenn Powell too young?
No, so he's the perfect age, I think. But maybe Lakeith Stanfield or
I put Lakeith Stanfield in almost anything that you mentioned.
Or RJ Seiler. Lakeith Stanfield or RJ Seiler. I think maybe RJ Seiler.
That's a pretty interesting recast for that.
Yeah.
Powell and Pugh makes sense because Pugh's small and she can always like. She can look
she's so
30 or she can look 19.
15. Yeah.
I think Sweeney as the bitchy ex-girlfriend.
Totally.
I think Hamm for sure. I like my Chickless. I like your Sasso, but I think Hamm is the right call.
Yeah. You know where Haley Steinfeld can fit? She's the annoying sister.
She's your sister. Yep. That's your sister. Yep. And we've already seen them have good chemistry.
Yeah.
On screen together in Hawkeye. Yeah. Yep, Steinfeld's his sister.
And then I kind of like RJ Seiler as because he's a real young looking, cocky, good looking kid. You know what I mean? I think he would pull it off. So that's the recast, and that's the end of round 3. God, we fucking bird walked. Round 4, fight! So we're here. This is round 4. This is the championship rounds. In this round, we're going to converse with our AI overlord, the one and only Gemini, who gave just the best fucking answer last week. And I'm hoping He does. I didn't even get to win last week because of AI's answer, but I was so fucking happy with it because he showed us some of his awesome characters. So
He,
here's what
she,
we got.
they, them, Overlord. Let's just call it Overlord.
Yeah, Overlord. So here's what he said. I said, "Hello, Gemini. Can you please tell us what movie you think is better, Dirty Dancing or Roadhouse?" AI's response, Gemini's response is thus. They say, "This is a tough one. Both Dirty Dancing and Roadhouse are iconic in their own ways, and choosing between them is like choosing between pizza and tacos. Both delicious, but satisfying different cravings."
Wow. Wow.
God
Gemini.
damn.
Prussian.
All right. They say this, though, but here they're going to go like this. They're going to say, "However, if I have to pick a favorite, I'd have to go with Dirty Dancing. And here's why. Emotional depth. While Roadhouse delivers pure action-packed entertainment, Dirty Dancing offers a profound emotional experience. It explores themes of first love, social class, and a coming of age with sincerity that resonates deeply." There you go. It also is the timeless story. The story of Baby and Johnny transcends its 80s setting. The themes of self-discovery and breaking free from societal expectations are universal and continue to connect with audiences today. And the cultural impact. Dirty Dancing became a cultural phenomenon, influencing fashion, music, and even dance itself. Its iconic lines and scenes are still quoted and parodied today, proving its lasting impact on popular culture. While Roadhouse is undeniably fun with its over-the-top action and quotable lines, Dirty Dancing offers a more complex cinematic experience. It's a film that stays with you long after the credits roll, reminding us of the power of love, courage, and the time of our lives. Of course, that's just my opinions. Both films deserve their place in the Hall of Fame of the 80s cinema. Ultimately, the best movie is the one that speaks to you personally.
We got a real opinion 2 weeks in a row. I do want to point out, though, just for the record, that AI at no point mentions that Baby is 17 and Johnny is 38. But whatever,
Yep, we're not
if
going to
that's a
mention that.
coming of age story, we all remember that time that we fell in love with that person 20 years older than us, and they fucked us in a lake on vacation. Dirty
Talking
Dancing.
about scurvy. Okay. Okay, Bern. So just so happens I win, and AI says I win, so I win.
Yeah,
And they
you
are our
win.
overlord. So Gemini is our overlord. So, but
I
before we
took
get
the
out of
dub
here,
last week. I'm going to give you the dub this week. We're going to give
thanks,
it
baby.
to Gemini.
So two things. One, for those watching, and now for those listening. For those watching, you will see that Bern and I are decked out in the most plush, decadent, comfortable, satisfying,
Affordable.
incredible robes that money can buy and affordable. Goddamn, not only do I look like the nature boy, Ric Flair, I'm styling like the nature boy, Ric Flair, with these robes. Bern, tell them about the robes, Daddy.
David Archie, guys. David Archie makes a number of different products: robes, pajamas, loungewear, stuff to keep you comfortable. I
Mm,
got this robe almost, my daughter will be 3 a week
mm,
from today. My mom
mm.
got me this robe a couple months before she was born, saying, "Hey, your daughter's gonna be born in the winter. You need something warm and comfortable to snuggle her up on
Yeah,
when you're
snuggle it
feeding
up.
her, when you're rocking her." And
Mm,
now, 3 years later, I'm still rocking this robe. It's no worse for the wear. It's holding up great. It's
yeah.
fleece. It's
Mm,
comfortable. It's
mm.
got a hood. It's
Oh,
perfect for getting into the shower. It's perfect for getting out of the shower.
damn
It's
right.
perfect for running out to your car to fire it up in the morning if you live in one of those places in this country where, you want to fire that bad boy up about 15 minutes before you get into it. Uh, David Archie, Archy.
Bern, can I say this? I think this speaks like this speaks like, this speaks of the greatness of this product. Can I say this?
Yeah, of course. Fire away.
Sometimes when people show up at your house randomly, you can be caught off guard. You can be looking kind of schleppy, especially if
Hmm.
it's a light Sunday and you're not doing much.
Who
But I'll tell you
knows?
this. I'll tell you this. Someone shows up unexpected and you pop on a David Archie robe. Guess what? They're pulling up saying, whoa, is Hugh Hefner over? What are you all dressed up for? You're like, buddy, I'm just rocking my David Archie, and I'm rocking it well. That's how you know it's great. You'll never be, you'll look a million in your David Archie, and you'll feel a billion. You'll look a million, feel a billion. That's David Archie, babe. Boom.
David Archie.
Sell
Look
it.
a million, feel a billion. Never get caught. You'll never be caught. No matter what the situation is, you'll never be caught off guard with David Archie.
And you'll never be caught uncomfortable. That's a tagline.
I think look a million, feel a billion.
I mean, they both are.
Incredible
But
tagline.
David Archie, thank you for the robes. We love him and we love you. Promo code to be coming. So, Bern, we are coming to the top of time. You got 10 seconds. Anything you want to say?
Roadhouse is a classic. Throats get ripped. Dudes fight in their underwear. Swayze wears a karate shirt tucked into jeans a lot of the time. He is America's first warrior poet.
All right. Well, Jennifer Grey gets throated in another way. But either way, speaking of Jennifer Grey's Hoagie Knows, this has been another episode of the Working Perspectives Podcast presents Ask AI. I'm Matt Lavelle, coming by the one and only Bern Podcast. In case you're wondering, you can find all our stuff and all our content on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You know us on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast. Join us on Twitter and TikTok at WorkingPod. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show, then please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe so we keep bringing you this incredible content. Please comment. Let us know which one you prefer. And as always, we love you. Thank you. See ya!